How to escape the matrix. You guys have to understand that if you watch the entirety of this video, there's no way you do not learn something, and you're going to take what you learn from this video and you're going to use it to change your life and manifest whatever it is that you want. So what is the matrix? Well, the matrix is the third dimension. This is the matrix, right? The matrix is the illusion of the third dimension. You have to understand that everything you guys see, before I get into this, you guys want to be rich. You guys want to be successful. You guys want to attract your dream partner. You guys want to manifest your dream life. You guys want to live this amazing, fantastic, phenomenal life. And a lot of you, you're on the journey towards achieving it. And a lot of you, you're on the journey as well, but you felt so stuck and you feel like you cannot get to the point where you want to get to. You feel like you're kind of stuck in a hamster wheel, right? So you have to understand that for you to be able to change your life, basically, you have to understand that everything you see in your life is an illusion in and of itself. Your thoughts are an illusion. Your feelings are an illusion. The circumstances that happen in your life is an illusion. It's all one big illusion. It's like one big dream, right? That's basically what life and physical reality is. But the illusion, it's such a fantastically created illusion that it seems so real. Think about this, right? When you're dreaming, you go to sleep, right? When you go to sleep, you having this dream, right? You forget about the physical world. Like the dream is the only thing that exists. The illusion of the dream is the mechanisms that allow you to dream. It's the projector. It's so good. It's so fantastic. It works so phenomenally well that when you enter a dream, you forget that you're dreaming and you think that is what reality is. Well, life in the third dimension, life in the physical plane, the video that the device that you're watching me on, the ears that you're using to listen, everything that you currently see right now is that same illusion. What's the difference between a dream that you have? What's the difference between that illusion and then what's the difference between the illusion that you're experiencing now, right? Now, a lot of the times, the truth is, in a dream, you can pretty much do anything you want. That's if you remember it's a dream. That's the key thing. A lot of the times you fall asleep, and when you enter a dream, you forget that you're dreaming. So you can't manipulate the dream because you don't understand you're dreaming. But I don't know if this has ever happened to you before, but I'm sure maybe you've experienced it, but it's a lucid dream. You fall asleep and then you're like, wait a minute, this is a dream. And then you kind of start doing cool things in the dream and you can control the dream. Physical reality is the same way. Though you're currently in the illusion of physical reality. You're currently in this dream and you're supposed to wake up. You're supposed to wake up and remember, physical reality is a dream and everything I'm experiencing is an illusion, and I can manipulate physical reality and I can manifest anything that I want in this illusion. The same way, if you enter a dream and then you remember that you're dreaming, you become lucid in the dream, and then you can manifest anything that you want in the dream instantly, right? Physical reality is the same way, right? You're in physical reality. You're supposed to remember that physical reality is just another dream that you're having. And then once you remember physical reality is a dream, it's an illusion, then you're going to then begin to be able to manipulate physical reality. Now, there's a couple things that you need to understand, right? So everything is energy, everything is frequency, everything is vibrations, right? And you have to understand basically that when you're dreaming, right? When you're dreaming, you dream in the fourth dimension. You're dreaming in the fourth dimension. Energy is more fluid. That's why dreams are a bit weird. Energy is more fluid. It's more magical. It's more mystical, right? So if you recognize that you're dreaming you remember you're dreaming in a lucid dream. If you think of something, when you're in a dream, it materializes instantly because you're in the fourth dimension, right? Energy is more fluid. But in the third dimension, in this illusion, energy is a bit more dense, right? It's slower. That means like in a dream, you think of something, you see it instantly. But the thing is, the life you're living is also a reflection of your thoughts in the third dimension as well. But you don't even realize it. And the reason you don't realize it is because there's a delay. It's like physical reality's lagging. There's a time delay because the energy in the third dimension is more dense, right? So you can think of something, but you might not see it till next week. You might not see it till next month because the energy is dense. But everything you experience in physical reality is a direct reflection of your internal state, is a direct reflection of your thoughts. But people don't realize that their physical reality and their thoughts are completely linked because there's a time delay, there's a lag. So someone will think something long enough, and then eventually they forgot that they had that thought, and then it materializes within their physical reality, but they don't make the connection that, oh, I had this thought long enough, and then eventually it manifested, because they forgot they even had the thought. And the reason they forgot they even had the thought is because of that time delay. There's a lag in physical reality. But if you're, right, that's the third dimension. But if you're in the fourth dimension, which is where you dream, right, essentially what happens is you think something and it's there instantly, because energy is way more fluid in the third dimension, in the physical plane. Energy is more dense, right? So this is, right, so that's pretty much something you need to understand, right? Now, let's talk about, so we're talking about the illusion of the third dimension. Well, this is where a lot of the things that you hear, law of attraction, manifestation, trying to manipulate your reality, this is where a lot of these type of things come in, right? The same way if you remember that you're dreaming in a dream, the dream becomes lucid. It's the same way that in physical reality, if you remember that physical reality is a dream in and of itself, then you become lucid in physical reality, and then you're going to be able to manipulate physical reality to your will. That's what some people call manifestation, law of attraction, all these types of things, right? But the thing with physical reality is it's a bit more difficult and it's a bit harder because of, as what I said before, physical reality, the energy is dense. So you have to maintain that positive thought, that positive vibrational frequency. You have to maintain it long enough for physical reality to catch up to that new thought that you have. That's what manifestation is. As I said, if you're in a dream, you have a thought, you think a thought, it's there instantly. It's easy, right? But if you're in physical reality and you think you shift your thoughts, you shift your feeling states, you shift your energy, and now you're vibrating at the frequency of whatever it is that you want to materialize, whatever it is you want to manifest. The tricky part and the hard part is you have to maintain that new state long enough for basically your physical reality to completely shift. That's the most annoying thing about physical reality, because there's a time delay, there's a lagging, it's lagging, right? So even once you're aware that you're in a simulation, you're in a matrix, the physical realm is just another dream, right? It's just a dream in the third dimension, and when the energy in the third dimension is dense, and because energy in the third dimension is dense, yes, if I change my vibrational frequency, because everything you experience in physical reality is a reflection of this vibrational frequency, then you're going to be able to materialize whatever it is that you want. But that's the tricky part, because let's say, someone's poor and they're trying to manifest money, or someone's unhealthy and they're trying to manifest perfect health, or someone doesn't have a relationship and they're trying to manifest the perfect spouse. They have to maintain that frequency long enough for physical reality to reflect it. But then if they react in a negative way and they say, oh, I don't see it, and they get annoyed and they react, guess what's going to happen? Right? They're going to shift back to the old frequency. Physical reality is not going to reflect that new frequency that they're on, because they're not able to maintain it, because they reacted in a negative way, right? So those are a couple things that you need to understand, right? You have to understand that everything is an illusion. That dream that you had last night was an illusion. Where is it? It's gone, right? And everything you experience in physical reality is an illusion, right? You have to learn how to manipulate the illusion. And the way you manipulate the illusion is by understanding that everything that you experience in this illusion is a reflection of your frequency, is a reflection of your subconscious belief system. You change your subconscious belief system. Once you change your subconscious belief system, that means you're going to change your frequency. Once you change your frequency, then physical reality is going to reflect that new frequency that you're on. But the trick is you have to as I just said, you have to maintain that frequency long enough for your physical reality to shift. Right? And that's pretty much everything that, I mean, there's a lot of stuff, obviously, that I haven't said, but I would say that's a pretty good overall concept, and that's a pretty much overall good, that's a good chunk of things that you would need to start understanding that would then allow you to begin to manipulate physical reality, because you have to understand, it's a matrix. Everything is a matrix. This is the dream you had. It's a matrix, how to escape the matrix, how to change the simulation. It's whatever. There's a bunch of names. There's a bunch of terms. But I pretty much gave you the sauce simply with this understanding, this new understanding that you have. Now you can build the foundation that you would need to know. Okay, physical reality is an illusion. Okay, energy is dense in the third dimension. Okay, once you start understanding everything's energy, frequency, and vibrations, you understand energy is dense in the third dimension, and then energy is more fluid in the fourth dimension. But then also you can manifest whatever it is that you want, because everything is energy. Physical reality is a reflection of the frequency that you're on. So for you to change your frequency, you need to change your subconscious program. Once you start understanding all of these things, you're going to be able to glitch through the matrix, glitch through the simulation. You're going to be able to basically manifest whatever it is that you want, and everything is going to start making sense. I'm ranting, I'm all over the place, but that's good enough for now. If you want to see more videos, more content like this, make sure you click that subscribe button. Make sure you watch more of my videos, and I absolutely guarantee you that you're going to hear things from me that you've never heard anywhere else, and you're going to be amazed at the things, at the knowledge, at the information that I'm going to be downloading into your mind as a result of these videos of me that you are watching. I guarantee you, you're going to hear things from me that you've never heard from anyone before, which is why you have to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you share it with every single person that you've ever interacted with, every single person you know, because it'll change their life as well if they do exactly what I'm saying in this video. They understand these concepts, they download these concepts into their mind, they change their paradigm, they change the way they view reality. Once they change their paradigm and they change the way they view reality, now they're going to begin to be able to manipulate reality, manifest whatever it is that they want. Boom! Now their life's perfect because you sent them this video, and your life has changed as well because you watched this entire video. Peace!